Hey y'all, welcome to Culture Cult. My name is Marie. I am the host of the show, and this is a show where we are on a mission to learn about every country in the world with one crazy story at a time. Today, we are revisiting a country we covered years ago. We are covering Zimbabwe. And this is because a few years ago, someone from Zimbabwe emailed me and they were like, how did you cover my country and not cover one of the largest mass alien sightings ever recorded? Yep, today we are talking about the 1994 Ariel School alien sighting. And my boyfriend Ollie will be on this story with covering it with me. And he is new to the pod, so you'll get to meet him, which is so exciting. But also, he's just one of those kind of skeptic guys, sciencey skeptic, blah, blah, blah. So if you watch BuzzFeed Unsolved, he's very much like Shane, and I'm very, very much like Ryan, if you get my drift. We might argue. So in general, let's dive into some fun facts about Zimbabwe and then get into our crazy and a little bit creepy story of the 1994 Ariel UFO school sighting. Today we have Ollie, my boyfriend.
Yay.
And aka representative of the UK.
Come on, big up.
On the podcast. And we're probably going to argue on this episode. This will probably be our first argument, and it'll be recorded because we're doing an alien episode. And Ollie's an idiot.
Oh my fucking God. I'm not the idiot.
But essentially, this is an episode on Zimbabwe. We're going to talk about Zimbabwe first and then what happened in Zimbabwe. So anyways, what do you know about Zimbabwe?
It's in Africa, right?
No.
Oh, shit. Where is it?
Just kidding. Yeah, it's in Africa.
Oh, okay. Fucking hell. I shit myself then. Because I always thought it was in, like Barbados and Jamaica and shit.
Oh, really?
Because I just like imagine saying the word Caribbean. Zimbabwe. I'm like Zimbabwe, like Jamaica, Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe.
I'm not going to do an African accent. Okay, that's.
I'm
probably going to get cancelled.
Doing Jamaican.
Yeah, no, but Jamaican, like I don't know. I feel like a white guy does an African accent. Like it's okay.
So it's in Africa.
Yeah, it's in Africa.
What else do you know?
It's got. What's that waterfall? It's got a big waterfall, a famous one.
Yeah, that's good.
What's that called?
Victoria Falls.
Or
the native name is Moise Oyatuna. I can't believe you know that,
Everton
but you
manager.
didn't know what continent it was on.
I thought I knew it was on Africa. I was doubting myself. But I just watched, Grand Tour, like the...
Grand Theft Auto?
No, that's a game. Grand Tour, like Jeremy Clarkson.
Oh,
James
yeah,
May,
okay.
They did their last special in Zimbabwe.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah.
That's sick.
It was pretty cool. That's how I know the waterfall's there. And they got some pretty fucking nice trees as well. They got these trees with really vibrant purple flowers.
Mm.
And they get really bushy and it just looks nice. But yeah, that's what I know about Zimbabwe.
That's pretty good.
I hope your audience has been educated.
Well, when I first started learning about Zimbabwe, I didn't know shit. So you're doing better than me.
Okay.
And my audience, this is their fourth episode on Zimbabwe. So they're ahead of you.
4 episodes?
Yeah.
Fuck me.
We covered mermaids, killer mermaids that live in the... Hold on. There's people, they really believe that. Someone emailed me about that one time. They emailed me from Zimbabwe thanking me for covering that so fuck you, don't laugh.
No, I'm not. Look, I'm not.
There's also Zimbabwe.
I'm not laughing at this person. It's just a strange thought.
Okay. And then we covered a man who is from Zimbabwe that saved 500 lives on a cruise ship.
Okay. This one I believe.
Yep.
I'm not laughing at that.
Oh, sorry. This is the 3rd episode. And then now we're doing an alien story. So lots of very crazy things. First of all, did you know that Zimbabwe used to go by a different name? Have you ever heard of the country of Rhodesia?
Rhodesia?
Yeah.
No.
Doesn't that sound familiar though?
Was that what? Oh, wait. That's what Zimbabwe used to be called, right?
Yeah. That's what. Oh.
Fucking idiot.
Yeah, it used to be called Rhodesia. It was named after the British explorer Cecil Rhodes.
I think it's Cecil, isn't it?
Wow. I was going to say he's a dick, but now you're a dick.
Yeah,
he's a dick.
No, why is he a dick?
Well, he's an English mining magnate and politician in Southern Africa, like the 1800s. He was also the prime minister of Cape Colony. And then, the British colonized Zimbabwe. So everyone hates you.
Yeah. Say less. Big up America, by the way. You wouldn't exist without us.
Yeah, you created a monster, so good for you.
Yeah, fair. Fuck.
So a little background from 1970, the Republic of Rhodesia was an unrecognized state in Southern Africa. And from 1965 to 1979, that was its 14-year period. It served as a de facto successor state to the British colony. But in 1980, it finally became modern-day Zimbabwe, and it let go of the name of Rhodesia because it was named after a colonizer, and they took back their name, Zimbabwe, which is the name means House of Stone. And if you were listening to the first episode, which we learned about Great Zimbabwe,
which I was,
which you did
of course.
not, which essentially Great Zimbabwe is an ancient society made out of like stone. And they now reclaim their name to Zimbabwe, which means House of Stone, kicking out the name Rhodesia.
So they got lots of stone houses.
It's not stone houses. It was a whole city back in like who knows when. That was bigger than Roman London at that time. And it traded all the way with Asia.
Shit. How big is Zimbabwe? Is it like...
I don't know.
Oh. Well, fucking hell. There's some great research in this one, then. Do you even look on a map?
But I don't know, like a square footage.
Could you even point out Zimbabwe on a map?
Yeah, I could.
It's
next to Zambia.
Okay.
But I don't know, it's like square miles.
Well, it's poorly researched.
So
that's the first thing you need to learn about a country is its square mileage.
Okay, but like most situations, the colonizer leaves and then the country's fucked because they have no economy. And you're into foreign trading and money and things like that. So you're going to find this very shocking and things that I don't really understand the how serious it is because they have so many currencies. They have multiple currencies.
Oh, wow.
Not just like multiple, like a dozen. So these are the kinds of currencies you can use in Australia. In Zimbabwe. You can use the Australian dollar. You can use the Botswana pula. You can use the British sterling pound. You can use the Chinese yuan. You can use the euro. You can use the Japanese yen. You can use the Indian rupee. You can use the South African rand. And you can use the United States dollar.
Sorry, do they have their own one?
Now they do.
Right.
But it went back and forth for years. They now have the Zimbabwean dollar. Okay, so why do they have so many currencies? It's because they have an enormous amount of inflation. The Zimbabwe dollar redominated 3 times in 2006, 2008, and 2009, with denominations going up to $100 trillion banknote.
$100 trillion.
So we're in fucking Vietnam right now, and we have to use like tens of thousands to buy something. So we just bought Korean food, and we spent $100,000 or dong, sorry, which is $4.
Yeah,
around that. And then so in Zimbabwe, you can spend $100 trillion.
That is fucking crazy.
I don't know what it equates to in a US dollar or a UK, whatever the fuck you have,
it'll be like millions per dollar, I think.
Imagine trying to buy like a house.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I remember like, in Nazi Germany when they had the hyperinflation, like it was cheaper to use your money as toilet paper than it was to buy toilet paper.
What?
I assume it's the same sort of thing going on in Zimbabwe.
Yeah. Well, they're trying to fix it. But it got the Guinness World Record of the highest dollar ever issued.
Really? Holy shit. So it definitely is like worse than Nazi Germany.
A famous YouTuber, Drew Binsky, I don't know, he's a huge travel YouTuber, has an episode on all the things you can buy with $1 trillion note, which I'll leave in the show notes if you actually want to see what you can buy with $1 trillion note. Because he went there and he did that.
Okay.
So I thought you'd like that. So in April 2024, Zimbabwe's annual inflation rate was 57.5%.
Okay.
Is that shocking? I don't know.
Yeah, that's fucking bad. Bro, that is crazy.
Yeah.
That is fucking crazy.
That was this past year. And so they began issuing the Zimbabwe gold, the ZiG, its latest attempt to stabilize its currency and its inflation-plagued economy. So, economy's not great, but what they don't have they have a lot of money. They have a lot of they have a lot of nature.
They got billions and trillions.
They have so much fucking nature. Again, like waterfalls, rushing rivers, savannah, so much wildlife. What do you want to go on a savannah? Is that your...
Do I want to go on a savannah?
Yeah. What's it called? Safari trip.
Oh. Yeah, I'd do a safari for sure. I want to do one in South Africa. I'm guessing it's kind of the same in Zimbabwe, though.
Yes,
like,
animals.
Fucking lions, fucking zebra.
Yeah.
Or zebra, as we say. So they have giraffes in Zimbabwe?
I'm sure.
Oh, I want to see a giraffe so bad.
So this is a list of animals they have.
Oh my God.
I want you to get excited when I say one you want.
Okay. Wait, what? Wait, when you say what?
Just get excited when I say the right animal.
Okay.
That you want to see on a safari.
Chicken.
What? Chicken. Imagine you complain. You're like, I did see one chicken
Yeah.
on the safari.
That's all I fucking want, bro. Just all the different
We're surrounded
chickens.
by chickens right now.
Yeah, but like I can't get good. I want to hold a chicken.
The lions will eat the chicken, first of all.
For real, have you ever held a chicken before?
No.
Bro, it's like the most therapeutic fucking thing you can ever do in your life. Like, you just holding it. It's just like, bro, you're just looking at each other. Fun to watch and fun to eat. It's just the ultimate combination. I wouldn't eat my own chickens. I wouldn't do that. But I'd eat chicken.
Anyways, Zimbabwe. Okay.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Lions.
Love elephants. Yeah, nice.
Buffaloes. We see them here. Okay. Leopards.
Yeah, cool.
The rare white rhino.
Wow.
Herds of stable antelope.
Stable antelope.
Not crazy.
The particularly stable antelope.
An eland. What the hell is that?
Elon Musk.
No.
Nice, South Africa, mate.
Zebra.
Yeah. Oh, you said
Giraffe. Kudu.
What's a nudu? What did you say?
Kudu.
Kudu. What's
Let's find
that?
out, actually.
You don't even fucking know what a kudu is, bro.
You don't know either.
Yeah, but you researched this.
Whoa.
Oh, so it's like a deer water buffalo.
If you're watching on Spotify, you'll see a picture of a kudu.
Wait, what?
Okay, anyways, you can go to the safaris and see all kinds of animals. You definitely won't see a chicken.
Oh, it's fucking bullshit, bro.
My last fact is actually sciencey.
Okay.
I purposely tried to find a sciencey fact for you.
Okay,
And
nice.
I couldn't really find much.
Wow, that must have been hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know much about science, so I don't know how on level of like how cool this is.
Okay.
You can tell me.
Sure.
Okay, so Zimbabwe is combating droughts and climate change with nuclear science. For example, the cowpea, which is known as a black-eyed pea, is crucial to a lot of native Shona communities. That's the native people. The bean feeds people, animals, and is an important cash crop. It also makes yummy bread and porridges. So essential. Scientists are using radiation to make this crop more resilient against droughts and poor soil conditions and pests. Plants adapt naturally to this, but that could take thousands of years. And scientists in Zimbabwe are using radiation to speed up the process. Also, I'm reading all of this from a United Nations video because I would never know any of these words.
Okay.
Apparently, seeds are exposed to gamma rays to generate changes in the plant's DNA. The promising plant is then chosen for breeding, and they have currently made a crop that is 30% more resilient to drought and climate change. There you go. Science.
What of those words didn't you know?
What
the fuck? They were all like normal words.
I don't know what
like
a gamma ray is.
Oh, right. That's actually really fucking cool. Is that exclusively in Zimbabwe?
I think it's probably happening all over the world, but this is happening in Zimbabwe.
Is it? Remind me why they're doing that? Is it because it's just
to combat droughts,
right? Okay.
and pests and poor soil conditions?
That's really fucking cool. I know that. I think they were doing something similar to that with like carrots somewhere. I remember learning about that in school. But that's pretty cool, actually.
Weren't you doing stuff with soil?
That was a business that me and my mate was starting up.
But it was soil.
Yeah, it was to do with soil testing. We wanted to like test farmers' soil. Like they have to test their soil frequently to like balance the crops right, to get the best yield. It's quite difficult and time consuming and expensive at the moment. And we found a way of doing it like pretty cheaply, testing like everything at once. The whole idea is that you can sort of like continuously monitor your soil, not just for a better yield, but for the health of the soil as well. Because soil, it's only got so many times it can be used before it's just going to be fucked. Like nothing can grow in it. And like, yeah, that's going to happen at some point if we don't start like actually looking after soil properly, because we put so many chemicals into it that it's just fucking killing it. Regenerative farming.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, they're kind of doing something like that.
Yeah, I mean,
well, they're making the soil resilient.
It's not about for the health of the soil, I guess they're doing it. It's for the actual crop growth. But it's still pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like mutating plants to make them more resilient.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very cool. I wonder what the mutations are precisely.
Well, that's something you can research.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was enough. That's the most science I've ever done on this podcast.
Wow.
That was for you.
Thank you.
And for any
That's
other
very sweet.
nerds listening. So.
Big up. Come on, nerds.
But yeah, I mean, this is like, episode 3 on Zimbabwe. So the audience has heard a bunch of that stuff. But yeah, there's this waterfalls, the Great Zimbabwe. There's lots of animals. And there's like
no chickens.
There's something called the Chinhoya Caves. I talked about this in the last episode. There's a whole underwater cave system under the city of Harare.
Wow.
People go scuba diving, and it's like crystal clear blue water.
That's fucking terrifying. Bro, like, diving is pretty cool. Like, I would do it. Cave diving, I don't know, man.
Right.
That's kind of fucking scary. Because, like...
terrifying.
I was watching Planet Earth or, like, some David Attenborough documentary, like, ages ago. I don't know if I've told you about this. But, like, there was one scene where, like, they were, like, cave diving, following these cave divers. And, like, in caves, you have more salty water and then also, like, fresh water. And because the salt water is more dense, it stays at the bottom. So, like, when you go to, like, a bigger opening in the cave, you'll be swimming in the salt water and you'll come up for air. Like, you see, like, an air pocket. You come up for air and it's actually just more water.
What?
Like, it's clearer water. So, like, people have, like, drowned because...
they think that's air.
They think it's air that they're coming up to and they start breathing and it's just still more water. It's just, like,
and
water.
then also, if you kick the sand beneath you, it'll cloud all the water and then you're lost. It has to, like, takes time for the sand to get back down.
That's
and then
fucked.
let's say you only have 30 more minutes left in your oxygen tank, but you're completely lost.
That's crazy.
There's sand everywhere. Listen, my whole YouTube is deep water cave diving gone wrong.
Yeah,
I'm not serious.
I'm
not serious. I'm serious.
That's a complete lie.
I'm serious. I love that shit because this is something I would never want to do ever.
Do they bring, like, a rope in with them or something?
Yes, they bring a rope and they have, like, little, like, tiny flags on it. And, like, but it is every man for themselves at the end because you could kill yourself trying to save someone and bring their body up. Good shout on a movie is called The Descent. It's about all these women that get lost in a cave. And it's a horror film and it's so good.
I think, oh my God, is that really old?
Yeah, it's so good.
I remember watching that.
It's like one of my favorite horror films. But anyways, under Harare, the city, there's a huge deep water underground cave system.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So if you like scuba diving in caves, head to Zimbabwe.
All right, let's go.
Okay, now let's get into our story.
God.
Let's open up the floor. What do we think about aliens? I'll let you go.
Okay. I believe they exist. I think that you're stupid to think that they don't exist.
Okay. I thought they were calling me stupid.
No, I believe you're stupid. No, like, the chances of us existing, like, where we are now, like, it's incredibly slim. You know, we've got somehow the absolute perfect conditions for life to thrive. But, you know, our existence has come, like, hundreds of millions of years past the start of the universe, you know, and, like, I definitely believe that at some periods, even possibly now, at somewhere in the universe, there are aliens. There's probably an intelligent species just like us. Possibly way, way more advanced. I don't fucking know. But I don't believe that we've ever seen them. You're not going to convince me of that today. I believe they exist. I don't believe we have seen them.
So you're just counting everyone that's ever seen an alien?
Yes. Yes, I 100%
I've seen a UFO.
I just don't fucking believe it,
What
mate.
do you mean? I literally have a video of it on Facebook.
Okay, well...
First of all, a UFO is called an unidentified object.
Okay,
so you're telling me I can't identify an object and I don't know what it is, so I'm calling it a UFO and you don't believe me when I saw it and I took a video of it. It's an unidentified object.
Firstly, you've not shown me the video ever.
It's on Facebook. I gotta dig.
Okay. Wow, so you can't even show me it.
No, I can't.
And secondly, you don't know it was a fucking Okay, it might be a UFO, you know, in its literal definition to you because you don't know what it is. It was probably a fucking plane or a drone or something like... You really think, honestly, do you really believe if there is an intelligent alien species that has somehow developed a way to fly all the way to fucking Earth for, I assume, would be reconnaissance in this example, you really, really think that they're stupid enough to let us fucking see them do it?
Well, they know that we can't do anything.
They can't do anything about it. An alien species that has discovered a way to travel across fucking galaxies.
I'm telling you what I
visit
saw.
our planet.
I saw
They don't
something.
know how to fucking disguise themselves. With, like, mirrors? You could just use mirrors. I mean, they do that in the Avengers, bro.
Okay, come on.
What do you mean, okay? Come on. It's a perfectly valid excuse.
That's a stupid movie.
You can't. Oh, it's just one example of something you could do.
Okay, let me just break into my story real quick before we get into the alien story.
Yeah.
I came home from dance class. It was like 9 p.m. I looked out at the stars, and I saw 3 lights in a triangle form.
So it was at night?
It was at night.
Right.
3 lights in a triangle form, and they were all blinking different colors. And it was like orange, red, green, red, green. And it was going like this. I'm not over. And then it was going like this across the sky. It would like go quickly somewhere, pause, go quickly somewhere, pause, go quickly. That's not drone behavior. That is not plane behavior. That's not helicopter behavior. It was going fast and then stop, fast and then stop. And it did it for fucking hours. Hours.
Okay.
Over my house. And then I looked into it, and lots of other people are seeing triangle-shaped things in the sky, blinking different patterns of lights.
Okay. Let me just ask, give me one reason as to why there would be lights on the outside of this fucking ship.
I don't know. To let me know I see it.
No, just think about it. Just give me one fucking reason.
I don't know aliens.
Okay, so that would be pointless. Why would a ship need to go across space with fucking lights on the outside? Who are they gonna contact? Who are they gonna see?
You don't fucking know these lights.
Okay. Firstly, there's no reason for that to be
Maybe they don't want planes to run into it, so they have like air traffic control. They have lights on the edges of it.
A ship that can move fucking really quickly from between points would need to let planes know not to crash into it.
I don't give a fuck, man. I saw this.
Bro, it's just no. But the thing is, it's like I'm giving you all of these counter arguments which make perfect sense, and there is no opposite argument. There's nothing you can say which makes any sense.
I don't care. I saw what I saw. So you're saying are you saying what I saw didn't exist?
I'm saying no. It definitely existed. I'm still yet to see the video, but I'm sure it existed. But it would have been a drone, or it would have been a plane. It could even be your fucking imagination.
Wow.
I don't think it was an alien.
I don't think the story's gonna go well.
Look, you got me on this podcast. You fucking knew. I didn't.
I thought you believed in aliens.
I do believe in aliens, but I don't believe that we've seen them.
All right, let's get into this story.
Okay. Oh no, Ollie's just fucking mugged me off. He's just disproving everying. Oh, let's cut that out.
I know what I saw, and I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, okay.
Can you turn on the AC because I'm getting hot?
Wait, let me fucking pour another drink.
First of all, can I preface that there are Zimbabweans listening while you get triggered in this story. So we don't know if they have relatives that have seen these aliens that are part of this story. So watch your words a little bit.
Yeah, okay. I'm sorry if I'm offending anyone.
You can piss me off, but think about it. There's some people that may have seen this and they might be listening.
You're right. I'm sorry. I'm preemptively apologize.
Okay, that's fine. That's enough. Okay, so let's get into it. 1994, mid-September in Ruwa, Zimbabwe, the Ariel School. The Zimbabwe sun is high in the sky and children are at recess. It's a normal day. To give you some context, Ruwa, Zimbabwe is a rural community about 14 miles southeast of the capital. It is mainly an agricultural town that if you pass by it, you might miss it. It's important to note that the Ariel School is an expensive private school, and most of the students that make the school are from wealthy white families. While the children are out at recess, they see something. If you care to know, the teachers and the other adults were inside the school at the time, and everyone's having a meeting. So it's just kids outside.
Interesting.
There were about 60 students that day who described seeing something at recess that was glistening in the trees. It was something that looked like a round disc. Not only did the children see a disc, but a figure. Some say there were several figures standing around the disc. One student even said that there was something silver on the ground amongst the trees. The children later described what they saw as a disc floating down onto the field of the brush and small trees outside the school. Now, when you hear stories of anything kids have to say, you're going to think that, they're lying. But there were a lot of kids at this recess. Not 2, not 4. Every fucking child is at recess right now. They were all adamant about what they saw. But here's where shit gets a little crazier. The children mentioned they saw 1 to 4 creatures with big black eyes get out of the disc and come closer and closer. At this point, some of the kids were running for the hills. But a few others stayed behind and watched as the creatures kept coming towards them. Would you run at this point?
Nah, definitely not, because I want fucking proof that aliens exist, mate. I'm not going anywhere, bro.
Literally, you're like 6 years old.
I don't care if they're going to give me like an anal probe. I don't care what they're going to do to me. I need to see that these bitches exist.
I think I would leave.
Nah, bro, I'm staying.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we know ourselves. But a few others stayed around and watched as the creatures kept coming towards them. Interviewed as adults, the former students said that the creatures were short and had long arms and green oval-shaped head. A few students said that they had telepathically communicated with the creatures. I've watched, well, this is my writer, Laura, by the way. My friend Laura.
Hi, Laura.
Yeah. By the way, she has a podcast called The Travel Creator, and she writes all my scripts now. Laura said she watched an interview with one of the former students, and she described it as a ton of images flashing through her head, and it sounded very overwhelming. And here's what the children later had to say about the experience. Quote, they had huge eyes that you can't not look towards. And once we got that eye connection, everything around us just disappeared. That's when I started feeling messages. The ideas came across over into me, into my being. It wasn't talking. It was almost telepathic. It was just overwhelming feeling of how important the environment is. So they're getting images and messages about how important our world is. Another student said, it didn't touch me physically, but it felt like I felt it with the stare. It touched every ounce of my body. Sorry.
Sorry, what? Essay. Every ounce of my body.
Okay, this is also a 7-year-old.
She gave me a hand job. Oh.
You should not. She claims the messages she received were, we quote, we need clean air, beautiful plants, and clean soil to be able to live and thrive. Wow. Wow. What a 360.
I was the Zimbabwe child. I should have mentioned it. Fuck.
Wow, that's a lot of soil talk in the episode.
Yeah, it really is. Maybe you should do a soil episode.
No.
Okay.
So they were climate change aliens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's just the term climate change alien.
What do you want? What term do you want?
No, it's just like it's like I don't fucking know, man. Like it's just a funny term. Like their entire existence is based on climate change. Like it's like saying a climate change human. Like what the fuck does that mean? Well, bunch of Greta Thunbergs just fucking landed on planet Earth. Like
they were pretty much saying, "Hey, we see you. We've been watching you. Y'all are fucking this shit up. Treat your planet well." They care.
Can I? Am I allowed to just open the floor to discussion?
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, there's a few things, obviously, and look, like I'm not trying to discredit, the stories that people are saying.
But he is.
You know, no. I'm not in their shoes. They might have seen this. They might not. Like, I'm going to keep an open mind about it. But part of keeping an open mind is asking questions, you know, such as why are these climate change aliens? Why would they care if we fuck up planet Earth or not?
Because they've watched other people fuck up their planets, or they fucked up their own planet and now they're stuck on a ship.
But so why would they give a shit? Why would they care about us? Why would they care if we...
Why do I care about you? Huh?
Because we're shagging. What?
Exactly.
I'm not shagging these aliens, am I?
No, I'm not exactly.
The aliens aren't in love with fucking...
It's called love. Do you not think that love is transcendent besides Earth? It's probably it's a universal thing. Universal thing is love. They love us.
Do you love aliens? Do you... What the fuck? No, I'm sorry, that's ridiculous.
I don't know. I've never met him, but I'm sure I would.
I'm sorry. If I was an alien observing planet Earth, I would think, nah, they need to fucking die.
Whoa.
Imagine an alien fucking... Okay, I don't want to bring politics into it, but... We're terrible, terrible creatures. We destroy every single...
That's what it's trying to tell us.
Whatever. I think that's a philosophical
You're
conversation.
Projecting onto the alien. You hate humans, so you don't believe how you can't see how they could not hate us.
I hate a lot of humans. I don't hate all humans. I don't hate I don't want the human race to die. But that's because I am a fucking human. So I care
I'm just
about
saying.
it.
I think they care because they've seen it throughout their history, or they've just watched it. So, or they have a message at least.
Okay, I'll. Please continue.
Okay, so that was their message. They're climate change aliens.
Right.
And they're like, treat your planet better, which is very valid. So the students ran inside to tell their teachers, and later when they got home, they told their parents. And of course, the parents weren't convinced they had seen anything at all, which must be so fucking frustrating because you just saw the most shocking thing of your entire lifetime and no one fucking believes you.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
That would be so fucking... I would be pissed.
If I had seen an alien and no one believes me, yeah, that would be fucking annoying. And I know that nobody would believe me if I told them.
I know, you have like PTSD from that shit too. You saw like a little creature with long arms and big black eyes talk to you.
The climate change aliens. Oh, shit. Sorry.
But it didn't matter that the teachers and parents didn't believe them because the story spread like wildfire. Your own British BBC picked up the story and sent a reporter to the Ariel School to cover the story. He interviewed the children and asked if what they saw wasn't a Harrier jump fighter jet. Which is like, why would they know what that is? But it's like such a specific fucking plane.
Yeah,
like,
what the fuck?
Is it this specific plane you saw? So they were adamant that it was not a Harrier jump fighter jet.
How would they say? Why would they just say no if they don't know what it is?
They don't know. They don't think it's a fighter jet.
Fair enough.
Because they saw aliens. Even the headmaster or principal of the school didn't discount what the children saw. He believed what they really did see something. The teachers even had the students draw pictures of what they saw and eventually showed them to Cynthia Hines, a UFO enthusiast who came to speak to the kids and analyze their drawings. I know you're dying inside. She even mentioned that all the children told her the same story. So Cynthia brought out a metal detector and a Geiger counter.
Geiger counter.
Oh, you know what that is.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Alien.
I'm sorry, a Geiger counter fucking measures radiation. It's nothing to do with aliens.
Okay. Which is a device that measures the level of radioactivity. I should have kept reading. To see if there's anything left in the area. But it's unclear whether the metal or the radioactivity detectors found anything. But if they did, I'm sure would have heard about it. After spending a bit of time there, she said she also believed the children. But the device also didn't pick up anything. Well, it was unclear if the device found anything.
I'm confused as to why. And look, I'm not just continuing to fucking shit on everything. Okay, I'm just confused as to why they would bring a Geiger counter to see if. Why would they just assume there's radiation? Why would they assume that? I don't.
Good question.
Yeah.
Ask an alien when you see him. In the entire area of Zimbabwe in southern Africa, more and more accounts keep pouring in of people saying they're seeing bright lights in the sky. It's something that looks like a flying craft. Several eyewitnesses say they saw a big red orange ball in the sky. One eyewitness said maybe it was an airplane, but he quickly believed it wasn't an airplane considering there wasn't any sound coming from the object.
I don't want to continue to just shit on everything because I don't want to just debunk things. I don't want to like continue to like, you know, I don't believe it. And I'm never going to believe it. So I'd just rather like not keep fucking attacking it. You know?
Do you believe in the message the aliens are talking about? How we should treat our Earth better?
Yeah, we should definitely treat our Earth better. Okay. I don't fucking think aliens are telling us that. But...
Just want to clarify that he's not a climate hater.
Yeah, bro. Climate change is real. It's very real. Fucking anyone who doesn't think it's real is retarded. The causes of that can be debated, but climate change is happening, you know. Even without looking at numbers, because it's happening in front of our eyes. Like in the UK, the winter's like getting like further like along. Like it's snowing in March. It never did that when I was a kid.
Yeah, it just snowed at the beach.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Like really heavy snow.
So like it's actually changing in front of us. People who deny climate change are fucking retarded, bro.
Okay, what is interesting is that in the days prior to this incident occurring, there had been other sightings all over southern Africa. And people describe seeing bright orange balls of light passing through the sky. It's recorded that even several planes saw it. What the children had or had not seen is considered one of the largest mass sightings in modern times, and maybe one of the most credible sightings ever, considering there was like 40 kids that saw it. To this day, the story remains unsolved. As you might imagine, this story and sightings follows the students for the rest of their lives. From years on and on, the students are in interviews asking them about their experience. For one witness, she fears the creatures will come back. Then Laura said she found an advice article which quotes from the second episode of the Netflix docuseries Encounters. The second episode is on this entire sighting if you want to go shit your pants. A student who remains anonymous in the documentary says that him and his friend made up the entire encounter, and it was, quote, a crazy idea which never ever should have worked, and his claim can't be verified.
Sorry, one of the students said that.
Yeah, that it was made up.
Okay.
But the Serenity of my favorite podcast, it's called My Favorite Murder. They covered a story how in like the 1900s, these group of girls wanted to believe in fairies so bad. Fairies didn't exist. So they like manipulated the camera to create fairies on film.
Right.
And they just showed it to their dad just as jokes. But then the dad took it to a news outlet, and then it blew up all over England. That fairies existed, and these girls were being interviewed year after year after year after year, and then a huge famous person in England at the time like interviewed them and made them like talk about it, and they had to keep up the lie. It wasn't until they're like 80 years old on their deathbed and after that celebrity died did they admit it was just them fucking around with the camera.
Yeah. Okay, I like that.
Yeah, I know you like that story.
No. I just like that. You're finding counter arguments.
Yeah, I mean, like I also could see like kids want to be included. I could see like the popular guy being like, "Hey, let's all make up a story," and then everyone feels like they need to go along with it.
Yeah.
But also, there are people that are like seriously terrified and have PTSD from this experience. So I don't know. But also, like, how do you convince like 40 kids? Do you like collect them and be like, "We're all going to tell this lie"?
I mean,
it happened in just recess, which is probably like maybe 45 minutes long.
I was thinking that at the start of the story. I'm just thinking, you know, when I was a kid in the playground, would we all want to fuck with the teachers and make up a lie about us seeing aliens? Conveniently, none of the teachers or any adults saw it. You know, if I was with my mates, we'd fucking definitely get everyone together and just like try and fuck with the teachers. Be like, yeah, we saw a bunch of aliens. And then if you've gone that far in the lie, of course you're going to go home and tell your parents about it and shit like that.
But why would they make up the message about like save Earth? Like I just feel like that's too deep for children.
I'd be interested to see the timeline of all this, because if you're a child in when? 94? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that bringing up climate change is a little bit of a weird one, but I'd be curious to see whether that message was revealed when the kids grew up a bit. And then they started to say like, "Oh yeah, the aliens told us this," and they made the lie deeper and just revealed more information conveniently as time gone on, or the interest developed.
Maybe, but this is Zimbabwe.
Yeah,
it's in a rural community.
94 Zimbabwe. Yeah, that's a little bit more
rural
weird.
Community, not close to anything.
So if that information came out while they were still kids, then I'd be a little bit more. But like, if you're making a joke, I feel like you wouldn't also make it like a nice message. If you're a child, you wouldn't be like, the aliens have to save the Earth and protect our soil. Yeah,
it's very specific.
I think it would either it's real, or there was a particularly intelligent child, you know, sort of leading the lie, telling everybody what to say, or like I said, you know, they grew up a bit and then suddenly this information came to light.
But they're all saying the same thing. That's the only thing is like with lies, with that many people, there has to be inconsistencies.
Well, are they all saying the same thing? Were multiple people interviewed? And
they said like they saw the disc by the tree, and then they saw like big black eyes, telepathic, green body, long arms, and it's only these two kids that said they crazy idea and it should have never worked. But they also were on a Netflix show and they might want attention.
Yeah,
I could see them being like, oh, we made that up because they want more attention on the documentary. Yeah. There's a lot of ifs, but I think overall the message is important. Believing in aliens or not,
it's a nice message. Yeah,
but there are some other skeptics just like you who have other ideas of what happened. Some think the sighting was a result of mass hysteria, which definitely could be a thing, but I don't know what causes that.
Mass hysteria in children's a little bit weird. There would need to be like a traumatic event that happened, I think. Probably very unlikely, especially in like a rural fucking town. And I don't know if mass hysteria is unless they were drinking something, you know, fucking weird.
Yeah, and then someone else said they think it's a touring puppet show designed to prompt awareness around AIDS.
Around AIDS. Right.
Wait, that wasn't even their message.
Puppet show, I genuinely believe less than aliens.
Yeah, that's literally what Laura wrote. She said, honestly, I think seeing a UFO is more probable than seeing a puppet show about AIDS.
Yeah. Big up Laura. Laura? Laura.
Yeah.
Okay, Laura.
Her family's British, by the way.
British, bottled water.
Okay, well, what do you think of the story? It's unsolved.
I mean, I don't want to shit on these people. You know, maybe they did see what they see. I think it's bollocks because I haven't fucking seen anything like that. And until I do, I will always think these stories are bollocks. But it's a nice story and there's a nice message. And like, yeah, I don't really know what to say. Like, it's like I've got an open mind about a lot of these things, and it's like I really, really, really want to believe it. I really do. I want so bad to believe it because it's so magical and fucking. You know, it's like when you hear a ghost story, you're like, oh. But it's a nice message, and yeah, I don't know, but it's a cool story.
Yeah,
I like Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe sounds cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can go bungee jumping,
cliff diving. No, what? Cave diving.
Cave diving. Oh, in Victoria Falls, you can swim up to the edge. It's called Devil's Pool.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
And literally, it's just like a tour guide. He's like, okay, go. And like you have to swim and then just grab the edge before it takes you over.
Oh my god! What? There's no like rails or anything. It's just like
no. It's just the waterfall.
Bro.
That's a serious tourist attraction. People get in the water and you swim to the edge and then you hold on to it. But then the other thing is you have to swim out against the current.
Like against the current. You're fucked.
With a waterfall.
I think I've seen a similar thing at Nigeria Falls.
Yeah. Niagara?
Niagara
Falls.
Jesus Christ, bro. My head is fried. The aliens are fucking anally probed me, bro.
I was like trying to imagine that. I was like, okay.
Nigeria Falls.
I'm sure they have something called that. Well, yeah, there's that story. I want to cover this one about the guy who like went over in a barrel, like in a wine barrel.
Oh, damn.
I think he survived.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Niagara Falls. He went over in a wine barrel.
Nigeria Falls.
Okay. Well, what do you have to say to Zimbabweans?
Well,
or to your British people?
What do you have to say to Zimbabweans?
What do you have to say to Zimbabweans?
Why do I have to say Zimbabweans? Why can't you say Zimbabweans?
Because I don't know how to end the podcast.
I think you people are... You people.
I think you people.
Big up Zimbabwe.
Zim.
Sorry for colonizing you, but that was, to be fair, nothing to do with me. I would very much like to meet these
children.
Wait.
I would very much like to
Bro, I gotta collect my thoughts.
He wants to meet the children.
Fuck's sake. I'm not a nonce. That's how I'd like to sign off. Confirmed not a paedophile.
That's good.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for listening. I don't know about you. I definitely would go back and like watch some documentaries on this. There's a bunch on YouTube. Not even if you don't watch the Netflix one called Encounters, I believe. There's a bunch on YouTube to watch. I just feel like I have a lot of questions still unanswered. Like, did the kids... Okay, like... You would think the kids would scream if they saw all these aliens, right? And how come the teachers didn't come out and check that out? Or did they not scream? But how could they not scream? I would scream if I saw an alien. Okay, but then let's say for the skeptics out there, how the hell do 62 kids make up a story on recess time, which is maybe like 40 minutes, about seeing aliens? Like, it's such an intricate story and it has all these details. They all repeat the same details. And maybe if it was like 5 to 10 kids lying about it, but how do you get 62 kids to all agree to lie about something in the time of recess? I don't know. I mean, kids do crazy stuff, but overall, I feel like the message is good. The message is that we need to start taking care of our earth better. I mean, this story is from 1994 and these kids were saying it to the adults then. Like, it's 2025. We got to start taking care of our earth better on small levels, but also holding our leaders and big businesses accountable, because we can do all the recycling and all the like bicycling and all this good stuff, veganism, all that jazz. But like on a mass level, we have to keep our leaders and these big businesses accountable. So that's knowing where your dollar goes. That's going to protest. That's calling your legislations. That's looking into who you're voting for, looking into where your dollar goes. And it's exhausting. It really is exhausting. But like, honestly, we have to do it on a mass level. And also try not to follow so many doomsday accounts. I follow one that's really, really good. I'll put it in the show notes. And it talks about monthly good climate news of people around the world just taking action. There's one guy who's like taking down all these like oil rigs that are like, that the oil companies just left, and it's poisoning all the land and poisoning all the water. This guy is going in and like shutting all these oil rigs down that are just left over from decades ago. Just stuff like that. People are just taking stuff into their own hands. So yeah, do what you can, but also look into where your dollar goes, look into who you're voting for. And we really want to make a big change. It's on a bigger level. And honestly, it's kind of just sad that we need aliens to come from like millions of light years away to tell us to give a fuck about our own Earth. Like what? Come on, y'all. And also, even let's say this isn't even true. Let's say that's not true. It's just sad that children on their recess time made up a story about aliens to take care of the Earth better, to get the adults to care about the Earth that we all live on. Like either way, whether you believe in aliens or not, like this is it. Like this is all we know. And even if there was another million Earths out there, like don't y'all just love this one? Like why would you want to go over there when we have all of this and has all these beautiful animals and everything you love? Everything you touch, everything you see is from this Earth. So why would you want to destroy it? Okay, I'll get off that rant. In general, go outside, breathe in the fresh air. Remember that is, don't take that shit for granted, and that we need to take care of our Earth, y'all. And that means small steps and big steps. On a lighter note, I want to thank today Japan for listening. Oh my God, what an honor. I've been seeing y'all been listening for the past like 10 episodes, and I think it's just such an honor that y'all are listening. I met my first Japanese friends this month here in Vietnam, and they were so fun. They were so sweet, but also so fun. I had a great time with them. I'm actually going to Japan next month. I'll be in Kyoto for only 4 days. Sorry, I'd go there for longer, but y'all's country is kind of expensive. Like accommodation ain't cheap. So I'll be in Korea for most of the month, and I'm going to do a weekend trip to Kyoto. So hit me up if anyone of y'all have been to Japan, specifically Kyoto, and have any suggestions for me. My Instagram is @CultureCultShow. This is the last episode we are doing on Zimbabwe for now, unless another crazy story comes up. And next, we are covering Denmark. We haven't covered anything from like Europe, I don't think. Maybe covered Romania, but this will be like our first Northern European country, which is pretty cool. So we're covering Denmark, and that means Vikings, Mad Kings, missing ships, a lot of drama with the Denmark stories. So super, super excited to get into Denmark. And last but not least, if you love the show, if you could just leave an Apple review. Oh my God. You know what, guys, have no idea how much those mean to me when I see a review, like a written review on Apple, because I've been doing this for years and it's so fun, but also sometimes it feels like I'm talking to no one, and it just, all I see are like just random countries listening. But it's nice to know if it actually impacts you, or if it makes your day or makes you laugh, you know? So if you are a fan and want to leave me an Apple review, a written Apple review, that would make my world. I'll post it on Instagram. I'll get super, super pumped about it. It'll just really, really make my day. Okay, enough said. Y'all go watch the documentary on this thing. I would love to hear y'all's opinions. DM me @CultureCultShow. Would love to hear opinions on what you think about the alien story. And yeah, we will talk next time. We are covering Denmark. Cheers, y'all.
Say something you don't know.
Yeah.
I snoggled on my mates once.
What?
What? Yeah. Like tongues and all.
What?
Yeah.
When?
16 or something.
Whoa, what was that like?
It was alright.
Wow.
I wouldn't do it again, and like I'm not fucking. I don't know. Just happened. I don't know. I think I just went up to my mate and I was like, "Snog me now."
Wow.
And then we just snogged. Sorry, are we fucking recording? No. I'm not coming out as bi on your fucking podcast.